Welcome back to What Arty Noobs with General Disturbance. This is the KV-2. It's the Tier 6 Soviet heavy tank, and it's located on the west spawn of Paris under the command of Fluffylilkitten of FILO. Now, it's quite a name, Fluffylilkitten. It certainly is. But anyway, he's in the strong tank, as Jingles likes to call it. It's a KV-1 version with a special turret on board with 152mm howitzer built into it. They built these tanks for use during the Winter War to destroy the bunkers created by the concrete bunkers created by the Finns, but the war was over before they actually got to use them. They built 334 of these, but they're particularly effective with the HE dirt gun. And during the German invasion of Russia, the Soviet Union, in 1941, they were very effective. And in fact, at one battle at Aslains, one of these KV-2s actually used to bounce the shells off the German tanks, which were the Panzer 35Ts, and would literally then just drive over the top of them to crush them once they'd run out of ammunition. Right, well, there's a KV-85 down there, and he fires around in 352 hit points of damage. HE can be really nasty to heavy tanks. That's why I always carry a nice load of HE rounds in my heavy tanks, because they might do module damage as well as penetrate the vehicle. Fires around in, finishes off the KV-85, 384 first kill. Now, there is one special incident at the Battle of Aslains, which obviously you've probably well known, where one KV-2 held up 3 regiments of German tanks, and none of them could penetrate, and he just literally wiped out that T-3485, one-shotted him out of existence. 720 hit points gone just like that. 2 kills. There's a KV-2 and the enemy team up there. And he's taken some damage already. Now, it's a 20.25 second reload. It's a very long reload, actually. It does really help if you've got a BIA crew and if you've got a rammer. Not everybody puts those in, but I do on my KV-2s. I do find them very, very effective. Right, well, we've got a T1 Heavy, a KV-2, and if we hit that T1 Heavy in the side, he's going to be finished. And he does, he finishes him off just like that. 660 hit points. The armor on the T1 Heavy is just not designed to deal with the shell from a KV-2. And now we've got this KV-2 coming over to try and deal with us. Oh, there's an enemy round coming in there. Now that KV-2's got his rear to us, which is worse for him because it means we can do more damage to him. But he's gone behind those pillars. He's trying to line up a shot. Fire around it, and he's gone as well now. That's 4 kills. This is how the KV-2 needs to be played. You literally dirt the enemy to death. Now it's 2.4k of damage so far, and he got some spotting damage there on the Wolverine who was taken out. Now, there are 4 tanks up on the enemy, and it looks to me like Fluffylilkitten has now got the high caliber. But he'll have to keep up the fire rate in order to maintain that. Mind you, he has one-shotted several tanks out the game completely. Right, Stew Mill behind that corner. Pulls out, lines him up, and fires around in. No, it fell short. He wasn't fully dialed in, you see, before he fired. He should have waited just a few seconds longer. Let it dial in, then he can shoot. Now he's got a Panzer 4H coming around the corner. Here he comes. We've auto-aimed, and we're not loaded yet. The Panzer 4H may know this. And now he knows that we are loaded because he's now been killed. That was a very bad move. So 5 kills up now. If he gets one more, he's got a Top Gun. Now, there's a Panther down there. That's a tier 7 medium. There's the Stewie Mill. Can he hit it? Not yet. Oh, he fires the round in. It goes right over the top of the Stewie Mill. There's only 2 enemy left, the Panther and the Stew, and the others are closing in for the kill. So he needs to get there quick if he's going to get the top gun. I think he's guaranteed to get the high caliber, but there's only the Stewie Mill left now. And he won't last very long because he's a very slow tank destroyer. Yeah, he's been wiped out. And he's had a request for a platoon, and he's done that. He did it just before the end of the game. And a win 8 so far. I think that was 7-1-8-4. So let's have a look at the end of battle stats. It's an ace tanker for Fluffylilkitten of FILO in the KV-2. He also he managed to get a fire for effect for doing more damage than the hit points to his own vehicle. A fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He actually managed to get 5 in the end. A bruiser medal for getting at least 5 critical hits. He got 12 in total. He got the Brothers in Arms for platooning with somebody who already had 3 kills. Just at the end of the battle, he managed to get that in just under the wire. And he got the high caliber for dealing the most damage in the battle overall, at least 1,000 hit points and 20% of the enemy total. And a win 8 was 7-4-1-3. So let's have a look at the team score. There it is, 2,661 hit points of damage. He beat the Stewie Mill on the enemy team, who's the next high scorer with 1,860. So it really did help that he killed that both the KV-2 and the Panzer IV H at the end. The next highest scorer was actually the E25 on his own team with 1,083. And then, of course, we had the Lorraine 15550 on the enemy team with 1,059. When it came to kills, it was definitely Fluffylilkitten who managed to get the highest amount. He got 5. Next highest scorer was the Type 64 on his own team with 4. And then the Leopard with 3 kills. The highest the enemy could do was their Stewie Mill, managed to get 2. And when it came to base XP, again, it was Fluffylilkitten. He managed to get the highest amount with 1,253 base experience points. Then we have the Leopard with 902, and then the Type 64 with 756 afterwards. So let's have a look at the detailed report. Well, he fired only 9 rounds during that battle. He got 6 direct hits, 6 penetrations. If only he got the connection on that Stewie Mill as well. If the shell hadn't shot over the top of him, he would have had a top gun as well, and that would have been a lot higher. It would have been 7 on 7. He did damage of 2,661 hit points, and all of it was at close range. Let's have a look. He also received 1 hit from the enemy. It was a penetration. But it doesn't show how much damage he received. He also he damaged 5 of the enemy, killed 5 of the enemy, caused damage assistance of 183 hit points. On a premium account, he received 47,636 credits, and he got a reward for the mission completion of 7,145 credits. So total came to 54,781. After repair, ammunition resupply and consumables, and the HE shells are fairly cheap, reasonably cheap, he actually took away 43,669 credits for this one battle. He got 1 bond for the high caliber, 1,879 XP overall. Then he got a reward for mission completion of 1,282, bringing his total to 3,161 experience points altogether. And he said, I guess Stalin's luck smiled on me. Well, certainly did with some of those shots. Obviously, he wasn't smiling when the Stewie Mill shot missed, but that was unfortunate. If you just left it for a little while longer to dial in, you would have had your top gun, and that would have been a very nice battle as well with an extra award. But it's still an ace tanker, high caliber, and a Brothers in Arms, so it's still something to smile about perfectly. So well done, Fluffylilkitten. Another nice replay. If you enjoyed this replay, please give it a like and do subscribe to our channel, and hopefully it'll be your replay that I'll be featuring in the next video.